Welcome to Friendly Farmers. This video is made to help you decide which of our neighborhoods is right for you. I know that we have a lot of options, probably too many, but I really don't want it to be overwhelming or confusing, so this video should help guide you in the right direction. Okay, so what you're looking at here is kind of a guide to our active neighborhoods. We have some others that are being neglected for the sake of simplicity here, but these are basically your choices. And as you go from right to left, they increase in essentially the expectations that we have for you in that neighborhood. So I'm going to start by explaining the two in the middle here, Junior and Junior 2. They are the most attractive to newcomers because of how accessible they are. Whether you're a new player or even an advanced player, these neighborhoods have this level-based Derby requirement system. And of course, Derby is a competition between neighborhoods that takes place every week, and you earn points for the neighborhood by completing tasks on your farm. So in most of our neighborhoods, we require you to play Derby most weeks in order to essentially earn your keep in a way. So by having a level-based system in Junior and Junior 2, it's a really good option for new players because obviously the lower your level, the lower your point requirement is going to be, which makes it a great place to learn active or competitive play in this game. Or if you're a higher level player and you're kind of used to the game, but you just want more wiggle room, this is a good place because the requirement is going to end up lower for you than our other places, yet you're still going to be in a Champions League neighborhood where we do fairly well with the horseshoes every week, and it's a good experience. So it's a great balance of competitive and casual for players of all levels and all experiences. If we have two of them, they're kind of sister neighborhoods. They have the exact same rules and setup. We just kind of sort players into them based on where there's currently space. Okay, so apart from Junior, our neighborhoods are either more competitive or less competitive, right? To the left and right. Now, I want to say that we have really high expectations for ourselves as leaders when creating and maintaining these neighborhoods. They all have 25-ish plus players, and there's not a single inactive player in any of these neighborhoods. So wherever you end up, you're going to be happy. It's just about choosing the place where you specifically fit in, right? So let's say you're more competitive, you're level 40 plus, and you have experience completing every non-diamond task in the Derby. Then our original neighborhood main is probably the best option for you, where you're more consistently going to be getting every single horseshoe and more consistently getting top 3 in Derby than Junior. Junior sometimes gets all the horseshoes, and it's more rare for them to get top 3. Now, if that's not enough for you, if you want top 3 every week and you want to compete on the global leaderboard inside of Hay Day, Pro is our best option for you. That's level 60 plus, maybe 55 plus if you're coming from main, and it requires the diamond task every week. So that's our top 200 in the world neighborhood. You can find us often in-game on the global leaderboard inside of the Derby stand. So that covers our more competitive options, of course. Now we have the less competitive options. What if you want to play Derby on a consistent basis, but you just have more going on in your life? You're not a player of super competitive nature, and you just want to do okay and get some good rewards. That's where Garden is going to come through. Everyone has the same 600 point requirement there, which is lower than the lowest requirement in Junior. And many players go above the 600 point line. In fact, Garden itself is in Champions League most of the time, which is the top Derby league. So still going to get a fairly active experience here, but the bar is much lower if you're just not that committed to Derby generally, or you want a softer start than Junior, or something like that. Then we have Carnival, which has this question mark because it's our newest neighborhood. It's also our most unique neighborhood. Honestly, probably one of my favorites, if not my favorite. So in Carnival, we don't require Derby at all. Although if the people who play Derby in Carnival are, they do play and they are in Champions League often as well. So they're not sitting around doing nothing either. But Derby is not a requirement. You'll never be demoted or kicked out of Carnival for not meeting some bar in Derby. Instead, we require all players to be active through another measure. And that'll be explained if you end up joining that neighborhood. But basically, you have the choice to play Derby some weeks when you feel like it, not play other weeks, or never play Derby at all, as long as you generally are active. So if you don't care about Derby, or you really need a more flexible system where you can be active some weeks and not others, and you want to be around a neighborhood of active players, Carnival is the perfect option. All right, I think that about covers it. Let us know if you're interested in joining or if you have further questions. Thanks.